Hello, my name's Francesca Neal, and this is my first podcast for my company that I'm starting after retiring last year at 52. After being in education for 30 years, I was able to purchase my years that I was in the Air Force and the years that I taught in California, and have a bachelor's in accounting and learned the power of compound interest early on. I'm hoping that the lessons that I am sharing with you guys, which these are for educational purposes only, can help you do the same. So I want to get started with our first podcast, and it's why people want to invest. The mission for my company, which is building financial legacy one lesson at a time, and I'm hoping that we can take it one lesson at a time and teach you the why and how you can do the same things yourself. I'll be able to help you once I finish my Series 65 license, and I'll register my firm in the state of Texas to become a registered investment advisor. So, in the meantime, I can give you some helpful tips, and I hope that you can learn and jump in and start letting compound interest work for you. So, the mission of my company is to help educators, families, and veterans overcome barriers to investing through education first, financial planning, proper account setup, and long term wealth building strategies, one lesson at a time. As I said, this is my first podcast, so any feedback would be greatly appreciated. So let's just start with the struggle. The struggle to start is definitely a mindset, not necessarily income. You don't have to be rich to build legacy and your financial legacy. And then how to handle that. So many people dream of achieving their financial independence, yet take the first few steps to invest. The primary barriers lie in mindset. A solid plan and belief can pave the way for success. One of the things that I did for my mindset and to help me get started and to see how financial stability can be achieved is just having that vision board, um, visualizing what I want the money to do for us or to do for me, which benefits my family. So you have to take control of your finances. Believing your security, believing you deserve financial security is the first step towards taking control of it. And again, that mindset empowers you to seek opportunities, make informed decisions, and secure your financial well being. So you have to acknowledge your right to financial stability and cultivate a proactive approach to securing a financial future. So differentiate your wants and your needs. This is something that you're going to have to determine. It doesn't mean you have to go around and never have anything, but you can plan on those things that you want. And do you have to have everything today? So it's just understanding the difference between those wants and needs is critical for effective financial management. And you prioritize the essential expenses over discretionary spending and gain clarity on where to allocate your resources. This awareness helps you make better choices, ensuring that your financial goals align with the values while minimizing unnecessary expenditures. It's just another tool in your toolbox. So, 10%. Just start getting your mind set and think about it. Save your 10% before paying your bills. Paying yourself first ensures that savings become a priority. Growing your financial security over time. Treat savings as a fixed expense to develop healthy financial habits. Now, I'm just kind of giving you a couple of tips. We are going to go into our next lesson and talk about debt. I don't want you to just stop paying your bills and start investing because compound interest works both ways. But this is something to just start getting your mindset and set your goals and your plan. If you notice, I put specific goals slash vision board. That was one of the things that I started off with. If you know you want to take a big trip, put that in your vision board and you build to that. And then you don't have to worry about, hey, am I going to be able to afford this or afford that, or have to take from our savings to do that. You can build that vision board, but it does take steps. And like I said, it's one lesson at a time. So this is just a broad overview. So create a clear, specific list of financial goals to guide your investment journey and keep you focused on your objectives. And that helps you kind of stay focused and see, okay, this is what I've accomplished. And one of the big pieces on here, as you're prioritizing and you're calculating how much you need in savings, then you can build a timeline and track it. And then you have that emotional connection. So the biggest piece of this, after you go through all of that, is to celebrate. Celebrate those milestones. Celebrate those little pieces on that timeline. When you pay a credit card off and you can now put that into savings, you start saving. I remember we started with $25 a month, and when we got to 1,000, it was like, whoa, we just had another digit, 10,000. As you move forward, and then as you start seeing that interest build up, it's just you have to take that time to celebrate. So it's a big piece of that, and it's just little steps. But again, starting with that mindset, do those goals, and have that vision board. Dream big, dream as big as you possibly can, and let that drive you to your goals. So as you're doing that, just think about some of those things, prioritizing. How you're going to calculate your timeline, your tracking, your emotional connection. And I know this can be hard for some, and I can't wait till I can help you do that. This is kind of one of the things that I love doing and a passion of mine. Why do people never start investing? Income concerns. Many people think that they have to have a high income to invest, but starting small can lead to significant growth over time. And we are really talking dig into growth in a little bit. I think the third episode is I'll do the rule of 72 to help you with that and understand it. Actions matter. Don't underestimate the impact of consistent actions, which can calculate into meaningful saving instruments over time. Then fear the mistakes. Fear that you don't know how to invest, or you're going to lose some money, and they're constantly looking at the balances and thinking it just went down, it goes up. But that's the first start, to just get in there and jump in there. And then not knowing your financial independence number. We have people who save and not even don't even have an idea what they're saving for, or the number they need to get to. So you just kind of just aimlessly. So that's a big piece of it. Without calculating your financial independence number, your FIN, many people fail to realize how much they need to save for retirement. Retirement is not an age, it's an amount of money that everyone should aim to understand. So who doesn't want to retire as early as they want to? And some people don't, but it's a big difference to retire because you want to, or you have to keep working because you have to. So I like to have the option. So let's talk about some reflection questions. As you embark on your investment journey, take a moment to reflect on these important questions. The first one is, what has stopped me from starting? Are there specific fears or beliefs holding me back? What questions do I have about investing? Please write those down. What resources or support would help me feel more confident? So write down those answers, and I'm hoping to figure out how to share it on my website, because I would love to dig into those and help me drive future podcasts to kind of help you with that and take that time to give you the why. So definitely reflect on that and recognize the questions. And it's so powerful because this is a big time to reflect and see what's been holding you back, and to empower you and help you achieve your investment goals. It can be done. Everybody can do it. So we said over and over, the first step is mental. And speaking to my fellow educators, even when I was in the military, we had to write our goals every year. They goes over and over and over. Mindset, growth mindset, it's the same thing in money. You have that confidence and you build that confidence so you can make a plan and have actionable goals. The second one, starting is more important than striving for perfection in investing. There is no perfection. Just jump in there and I'm going to give you a couple of tips. And like I said, this is educational purposes only. Investing, we all know it can go up, it can go down. But in the long run, we want to see growth and that compounding of that interest of growth. So changing your mindset lays a foundation for successful financial habits. So it's just going to take a little bit of tweaking here or there. And we're going to jump in as I do the next episode and try to learn little things at a time and get that why behind it. So let's just think about our key takeaways. We said mindset. I've said that over and over again. Mindset matters. Developing a positive mindset is essential for achieving financial awareness. It empowers individuals to believe in their capabilities and to be proactive in managing their finances effectively. Take action. The importance of taking decisive action cannot be overstated. Starting small can lead to significant progress over time, encouraging individuals to develop habits that promote financial independence and security. And last but not least, set your goals. So I'm going to give you some homework today to help you. And we're going to do little bits and little pieces to help you get there. So you got to put a little bit of work in there. So set your goal. Remember your vision board. When we meet, I want you to have that in the background again on our next episode. Clearly define your financial goals so they can help provide your direction and your motivation and celebrations. Connecting these goals to personal values ensure commitment, making it easier to prioritize and track progress towards your financial success. And again, celebrate. And you can even map those celebrations. So what are we going to do next? Reflect on your financial journey, and the next steps are to complete your homework and know what your FAN is. What is a FAN? Your financial independence number. So with that, your other homework pieces, set your goals, your vision board, dream big. What do you want to do? What do you want your money to do for you? As I always say in the little quotes, let your money work. Don't work for your money, let your money work for you. We're going to really talk about that even more. So for your action, we want to start today. This is your homework. Begin your investment journey. Let's do this together. So start off by knowing your financial independence number, your FAN. Without calculating that, you don't know what you're driving towards. So here are the steps that you're going to do for your homework. Number one, you're going to determine your annual expenses. Estimate how much you spend each month to calculate your yearly expenses, including your housing, food, transportation, insurance, and entertainment. So I had an example on here. Say your monthly expenses are $4,000. You'll multiply that times 12 to get $48,000. So your annual expenses are $48,000. Then you're going to do number two, step two, apply the 4% rule. And why is it 4%? 4% is typically how much you would take out of your account when it's time to retire to make up that income that you're missing. So to calculate that, you would take your annual expenses and divide it by 4% by changing it to a decimal, which is 0.04. And in this example, 48,000 divided by 4/10 is 1.2 million. So that means you will need $1.2 million in investments to achieve your financial independence. Then, number three, if you're one of the few people who are lucky enough to still receive a pension, guess what? That's money coming in every month, which makes it a yearly amount. So for this example, I use 30,000 for the year. So you would subtract your pension of 30,000 from your annual expenses. So that would be 48,000 minus 30,000 would give you 18,000. So now to calculate your FAN, you would divide 18,000 by 4 tenths, 0.04, or you can multiply it by 25, whichever one you want. So that will give you 450,000. So this means that you need to have 450,000 in investments to achieve your financial independence. I hope that makes sense. So when we connect again, as usual, I want to thank you for taking the time to spend with me and just start your financial journey and start building your financial legacy. And we started with lesson number 1. In lesson number 2, when we meet again, we are going to know our financial independent number, and we're going to have our goal, our vision board. What do we want? What do we want to see? And then we're going to talk about debt and saving versus investing. And then the third one will be the rule of 72 to kind of start putting these things together. So, as I say, building financial legacy, one lesson at a time. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.